Hi friends, WizD here, welcome to a new Raid Shadow Legends video. Today we're back to Hydra and we're talking about 3 very powerful champions when used together that can help you boost your damage in Hydra massively. It's not only about their kits because you've already seen the champions in the thumbnail of the video, but it's also about specific gearing specific gear sets and how to gear those champions to achieve those great results. Same champions in the exact same gear that I will show you today helped me to get over 250 million damage on Nightmare Hydra just last week. So I'll showcase them in Hydra, talking about why they are so good and how to gear them, and then of course we'll check the gear and the stats on them, talking about how you can ramp that gear up of course or down to tackle lower difficulties in case your gear is not at that level yet. So let's jump directly into Hydra, and after we showcase them in Hydra, I will show you the builds and we'll talk about their specific kits and why they work together so well. Let me first check the gears that I got last week. Maybe there is something juicy for us. Well, this one is good. Speed and accuracy on stone skin. Let's see if we'll get anything good from normal. The reason I'm running normal Hydra is that with my Trunda team, I don't have Yomiko, so I cannot achieve those crazy billions numbers on like higher difficulties. So I'm settling for normal and I get like 300, 500 million on normal. Oh, did I only run 2 keys? So yeah, this is the big key I'm talking about with those champions that we have today. So yep, I'm really strict on what gear I'm keeping right now. That's why you see me delete all of the stuff as long as it doesn't have crazy stats. And I cannot see half of the stats because of where I positioned my mic. But yeah, all good. That got mythical speed roll, so I'm keeping it. Okay, so that got defense percent with accuracy and HP percent. Maybe I'll keep it. Done with the gear now. Let's claim our 3rd position. You see I got like almost 1.2 billion. The accessories I'm keeping anyway. We run our showcase on hard, though like I said, in the exact same gear, you can run them on Nightmare. But yeah, we'll talk about it. So the first champion, as you've seen from the thumbnail, is Mighty Ukko. So this is the trio we're talking about. Like I said, it's not only about the champions, but about their gear as well. Then I can throw in just like another damage dealer and maybe... so what don't we have here? This trio will cover you for all rotations for the main hits that can cause you problems. So whatever you bring, you can bring any damage dealers or any support champions beside these two. So whatever, like let me just test it. Probably I won't save this run anyways. Let's say this is the team that we'll try to run here. Like I said, the main thing is that these 3 champions, this trio you're seeing with the screen here, enable you to cover all rotations from the nastiness of the hits. If you're not sure which heads of Hydra does what exactly or how to counter it, I have a dedicated video on Hydra basics that I will link in the description below. It's one of my best, one of my most viewed videos, so go check it out before this one if you're not sure about what to run here, but we'll talk about it while we're running it, and then I'll tell you also while we're trying them, why I geared them in that specific way and why they work so well together, all 3 of them. Okay, so Podrick is the fastest, so we can do whatever we want here. Just do the ally attack. Okay, I didn't show you the first things that I wanted to do here. Well, we've seen the first part of it. So the head of Torment, or the fear head that keeps fearing everyone, cannot fear your team if Shamael is on the team. So that's his great benefit, why he works so well in this trio. But Shamael got also 2 very important benefits here. One of them is that every time someone is trying to debuff your team, he will counter attack, boosting the turn meter of whoever is in the lead spot. This is not working well for us. So let me restart the run and that's the reality with Hydra. You will regroup and restart the runs till you get a good start, so you can build on it. So the first thing that I wanted to show you here, Eleanor with her A1 applied Hex because I have her in a Hex set. I was so opposed to putting champions in Hex sets and provoke sets, but I've done both for this specific team because they are so valuable. With the rest of the kits for these champions, why am I free regrouping again? Is because Ukko didn't land his provoke. Mighty Ukko is my champion in a provoke set, because having a provoke set, you see here we got both effects immediately, which is a good start for us. So we got the Hex from Elenarel and we got the provoke from Mighty Ukko. Mighty Ukko got a couple of AoEs except for his A3, and he applies block buffs, so works perfectly for the poison head, whatever it's called, and the mischief head, so it cannot steal our buffs. The fear head is covered by Shamael, and then what we'll see also is that Eostrid covers us in speed up and speed down and increase attack and weaken on the enemy and decrease attack, and then we'll start just causing damage. Because whatever you bring, like, you have 3 flexible spots in this team to bring support champions or damage dealers as much as you want. You want the Fearhead to be there most of the time as much as possible, so that Shamael can keep counter-attacking when it hits us with the fears, enabling Mighty Ukko to gain more turn meter, get back to his provokes, get faster and faster to his block buffs. And then if you, let's say that, for example, Eostrid is the slower in the team. Actually, I think she's actually slower than Mighty Ukko. So you want her to be in the leader position, though you lose the aura, the speed aura for Mighty Ukko, because whoever is in the lead position will be boosted by Shamael when he counter attacks because of the fears. And as you see here, we're losing our provoke fast, but maybe we won't, because like with Shamael boosting the turn meter, we might get a chance, just keep hitting the fear head to give Mighty Ukko, as we're seeing here, more and more turn meter. Again, we're boosting the turn meter for Mighty Ukko once more, one more time with Eostrid, so that you see here we're giving him a chance to apply his provoke. It didn't land, which is a pity, so that's not a perfect situation. But as I was telling you, this is a reality. We can free regroup a few times here, but the main thing is that Shamael boosting the turn meter might allow us. You see like how many turns Mighty Ukko took before that head of provoke with almost a full turn meter took, and of course with 5 hits we didn't land that provoke yet, but we keep boosting the turn meter once more. So let's do this again, and we'll get another chance from Eostrid. Let's hope that this provoke lands. You see here the Hex on everyone. The main idea here, come on, land the provoke for the video. But yeah, the main idea here is that those hexes, like with Eostrid and Mighty Ukko going so fast that they can keep that hex here and here, as you can see. Of course, it's a gear set like thing, so it's not guaranteed, but making them go fast enough will enable us to keep those debuffs on all the time. Of course, as you can see here, we are almost losing our debuffs because of the provokes not landing from Mighty Ukko. Yeah, that's the reality here. But let's see now if us going fast enough will save us from this. I won't finish this run while I'm on the video. Now the provoke is back, so we're good. We applied back the block buffs. So as I was saying, I won't finish this run with you on video now, but I'll just show you the potential. I'll show you how they will work. And here is Whisper hitting for over 500,000. Whisper is really great for damage on bosses. Let's ally attack the severed head here. Here is speed and attack up on us, and here is decrease speed and attack down on everyone else. And come on, one more time provoke for us. Of course the provoke was landing all the time while I'm off video, but now that we're recording it will never land, but that's okay. Shamael, look at this damage. He almost did 1,000,000 damage with this hit, and that's on Hydra hard, just to remind you. Eostrid, other than those great buffs and debuffs keeping the team circling fast, in my opinion she's better than Nekmuthar. And here is the provoke back. Look at the debuffs here. This is a perfect time for us to just wrap up the video here, but let me take a couple of turns before doing so. So Eostrid keeping up those great debuffs all the time is not the only thing she does, but she does a very decent amount of damage. She's beating some of my dedicated damage dealers sometimes, though she doesn't have crit on her. I'll show you the numbers from a good run that I've done with them a couple of weeks ago. It's in your best interest to keep the fear heat up, not only to keep doing damage to it through like Shamael's counter attacks, but also to keep Shamael boosting Mighty Ukko's turn meter. This team is very consistent. Those 3 champions are enabling us to keep hitting Hydra, and in a second now, Eostrid will put back Hicks on everyone, including look here, Head of Mischief got the Hicks back so we can target it. If it eats a champion or something, we have the provokes, we have block buffs, decreased speed. Look at this set of debuffs here. This is exactly what you want to see on Hydra. Again, I'll put in the description below my Hydra basics guide so you can go through it and figure out why this team is so good. These 3 champions work very well together. Let me finish this run here. So this is an example run that I ran a couple of weeks ago while preparing for this video. As you can see, you can put any support or damage dealing champions with those 3 champs. This trio will give you all the freedom for the other 3 spots to fill them up with whatever you want. All damage, all support, a mix between damage and support. It's all up to you. These 3 champions cover almost, in this specific gear sets that we'll see in a minute, they cover all the roles needed to cover all Hydra hits. And as you can see here, so Eostrid is not crit capped at all. She's doing 12 million damage compared to Nude, because that was a short run. So if Nude did 17 million and she did 12 million, that means that she's really got great potential for damage. My Mighty Ukko, probably I should change his blessing to Brimstone. I was using him in Arena a little bit. Maybe I'll use him back in live arena because he's really good fast in a provoke set. So the key here about Mighty Ukko is to be fast. 270, as I was saying, can barely work on Nightmare Hydra, but it can work on Hydra like brutal and hard quite fine. 270 speed. Try to get him close to the crit cap because he also does damage and hits all the time, but the main thing here is the accuracy for his debuffs. The provoke is just a fixed rate from the set, and of course try to make him tanky. He got an all team revive on his A3, so 53k HP and like almost 4k defense. He's not built as a damage dealer, and here like I'm increasing, so I might want to change these masteries actually. I need the accuracy, so I won't switch it from the support tree, but if I had more accuracy on him, I would have chosen Fearsome Presence as tier 6 mastery to increase the percentage of provokes from the sets. Because it's 30%, it can be increased to 35%, with Shamael boosting his turn meter because of also the aura that we have here. He will be so fast and will take so many turns. So that's Mighty Ukko's builds in a provoke set. Now let's look for Eostrid, who's our second part of the team here. Here she is, and like I said, the main thing for Eostrid is to be in a fast Hicks set. So 240 speed is a little bit on the low side if we talk Nightmare Hydra, but she'll work perfectly against hard, and she'll work okay against brutal as well. Like I said, if your Eostrid is too slow, you can put her in the leader spot, you lose the speed aura, but then Shamael will be boosting her turn meter. You see she got only 34% crit, and she did like 12 million damage in that run that we saw. Try to make her as tanky as possible, just for survivability in the longer Hydra fights, 60k HP, 3k defense, and then 400 accuracy because we want her to land those crazy debuffs. I forgot to talk about like Mighty Ukko's kit, we'll talk about it now, but we already talked about it while doing that showcase. Decrease speed and weaken on the enemy, amazing, and then increase speed and increase attack on the whole team. She keeps circling between these two and going really fast, and then she heals a little bit with her passive. Now let's go back to Mighty Ukko, because just in case you missed why his skills are so strong, block buffs is a must-have for Hydra, increase speed and the revive in case we need them, and then he got AoE, decreased attack for the Head of Wrath, the red head that causing us a lot of damage, so he can keep decreased attack on the whole time, especially with the debuff extender if we have one in the team, but his kit is so powerful and fits for a provoke set. Basically talking about provoke and hex sets, and of course you can switch these. like depending on what sets you have, but both of them need accuracy and need to go fast. You can have him in a Hex set and Eostrid in a Provoke set or the other way around. But the main thing is that having AoEs decrease attack as much as possible for the Head of Wrath and then to apply the Provoke and Hexes. Last champion as part of the trio is Shamael. So let's find our Shamael now. Here he is. Minus +4, don't worry about this. You see he's even in broken sets, he's not in anything special. Shamael, my Shamael is at 230 speed. You can run him a bit slower because the majority of Shamael's damage in that specific build, especially against the Head of Torment, the Fear Head, is that counter attacks that he does when that fear is applied. So 230 speed, you can make him a bit slower if you want. Crit capped with 260 crit damage, that's very important, and 5k attack because he's a damage beast. He can do over 1 million damage with his hits, so make sure to build him for damage and give him accuracy too, like mine got 350 accuracy because with his A1 he got a chance to strip buffs. This is needed for Head of Wrath to strip it of the increased attack, or if Head of Mischief, if like things don't go right and the Head of Mischief steals a couple of buffs, you can remove them with Shamael's A1. That's why those champions, this trio is so powerful to run on all Hydra rotations and all difficulties as well, as I was saying, because between the three of them they cover all Hydra heads, all the roles that you need from the videos that I'll put again in the description below. I hope this one was helpful to you. Let me know if you have any comments or suggestions in the comments below. And thank you for tuning in today. I'll see you next time. Bye.